GMGAGN, Degens, Diamond Hands, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Door Show. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Cap'n Colt Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with your boy. Today's special guest of the day joining us in about 30 minutes from now, maybe sooner, and do our own research together. Now, before we can, need you to do a couple of things for moi before I can dish out for ya. Please take a second to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the Door Show on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the platform. Or if you're watching on the Bird app, that being Twitter for you boomers out there that enjoy the show, I'm just fucking with you. Hit that follow button, that notification bell as well, so you never miss any of the additional DHR social media content. And then slide on over to YouTube, hop in the live chat. Not only is that how we enter into every single daily giveaway, but I connect with you guys there. Cannot see the chat on Twitter, but can see it on YouTube. Before I get into that, one more group of humans we need to address. If you are listening to the pod on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button right here, right now, because every single audio of every episode is released after each live show is complete. Next item up on the docket. Hey, you can be so kind, you can find it in your heart to do so while you are watching the show. Yeah, hit that other like button, leave me a comment, leave me a rating, and back to jumping on over yonder in that live chat. If you're on Twitter, I cannot see the chat. If you're on YouTube, I can. You know that is how we run the daily giveaway here at the Door Show. That is also how we start every show, and it is how we stay in contact throughout the entirety of it. So please come on over to YouTube, hop in that bad boy, and let's have some fun. Last but certainly not least, don't be scared. Don't be scared to hit that little share button down there. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the damn globe as you, but you would refer to as a good old-fashioned diamond hander. Somebody who could use a little bit of extra knowledge and insights about the NFT and Web3 space from time to time, but knows how to grab a hold firm, and hold others up. Damn, I was so close to being perfect there. Can't thank you enough. When you do all of those things, it only helps me make Diamond Hand Radio bigger and better for each and every one of you. Woo! To quote my man George Jones, it's finally Friday. We in this bitch. I don't know the words of that song. Oh shit. It's finally Friday. Here we fucking go. It's the Door Show with your boy, Cap'n Colt. Hey. I'm a damn musician. I didn't even know it. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Ingested a large hit of vitamins pre-show. Cotton mouth like bananas right now. Quick little sip. I'll be right back. My fault. Oh, boy. Also, don't try and talk when you drink. That doesn't work all too fucking well, does it? Whew, okay. All right. Hey, you know the drill. It's time to start things off, is what I was trying to say. What's up in the chat? What's going down? We got Alpha Minor, my man, GM, brother. We see Mama Bear, GM. How you doing, ma? Good to see you this morning. Mr. Saita Vegas, GM. We got open 24 hours. Boo crew! PLP all day, baby. Come on, you know the drill. Jack Warren in here, the luckiest man in the doggone chat. You better watch out. He's trying to win another one, so you guys better get ready for today's secret phrase. We got Saitama absolutely killing it in the chat as well. Inu, my man, what's going on? Good to see you. Great to see you guys all in the chat live in prime time here early this morning. We got a hell of a show up on tap today. An electrifying guest, one of the first gentlemen, if you will, that I had an opportunity to meet in this space. And he's an absolute legend. But we'll talk about him later after we talk about some Web3 tea, if you will, word on the chain. And then before that, we got a little soulbound tokens to talk about for the first segment of the day. So before we dive into anything crazy, oh shit, we got extra latecomers. We got Dr. J. We got Toxic. He's out and about door dashing, but we love the fam nonetheless. Shout out everybody. You know, hey, being part of the DHR fam, you got to be out and about doing what you got to do, but you're always here live with the crew. I absolutely love you guys. Let's dive into maybe I release some alpha here in a little while. I don't know, but I want to dive into the first things here because it's some pretty important shit. GM, woke zombie wifey. GM, everybody. Let's dive into the first segment of the day. I want to get into some cool shit. But before we do, first things first, my friends, before I forget, I just changed my screen and realized I almost forgot this. Today's secret phrase of the day is Crookz Nation, baby. That's Crookz with a Z. Crookz Nation. I most certainly am not a crook. Hey, Crookz Nation, baby. Let's go. If you don't know, you won't know, but you better get familiar. Shout out to Farbo. Shout out to Bands. Shout out to RedKev. Shout out to all my Crookz Nation fam. Ani, Mary B, everybody. Shout out, Crookz Nation. It's about to go down today, so you know I had to make the giveaway phrase of the day, Crookz Nation, baby. Let's go. Drop it in the chat. We are officially collecting Crookz Nation entries. Feel free, drop it in any point in time throughout the show, and you will be entered, my friends. All right, here we go. Without further ado, let's talk about some fun shit, some stuff coming up here for the NFT space with the first segment of the day, NFT 101. Hey, cheers to you if you're sipping on that black elixir of the gods as I am at 12 o'clock. I don't even give a shit if it's 1 o'clock. Sometimes you just need it. So take your sip. I'll be right back. You know me, probably need 3. Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yep, hold on. Mm-hmm. Oh, Matt, hold on. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. You see the secret phrase. Roll them by me one more time. Crookz Nation. Hashtag Crookz Nation in the chat. We'll enter you in today. You guys are crazy. You're already entering left, right, and center. You got to be on Twitter again to enter. Let's go. NFT 101. Soulbound tokens. You say, Cap, what in the world is a soulbound token? We talked about it a little bit on Word on the Chain a little while ago. You briefly glossed over it. What in the hell's going on? Well, I tell you what the hell these things are. I want to spend a little bit of extra time so people can kind of understand, because you hear me say it, you hear Baby O say it, you hear HD say it. If you're familiar with our communities, you hear Duncan say it. You hear so many people say it that this space is bigger than PFPs. Well, this new soulbound token development further solidifies the fact that it is bigger than PFPs. Vitalik Buterin, obviously everybody knows Vitalik if you just say the name. He is behind it. Also, I couldn't think of that. That all wasn't just a big thing. I didn't want to. You guys can do your own research if you want to figure out all that shit. I just wanted to talk about what the hell these things actually are and what they mean for the future as us, as early NFT investors and buyers into Web3, if you will. I think you're about to have your mind blown with what exactly we invested in early. And I think these PFPs are going to become relics, if you will, hieroglyphs on the fucking pyramids that are going to be way more valuable than I think anybody even realizes. So these soulbound tokens, right? They're non-transferable in nature. This is direct definition. They're non-transferable tokens that, hold on, English. Non-transferable tokens that represent commitments, credentials, and affiliations that make up the social relations on Web3 networks. You say, huh? Just like I did. Layman's terms, tokenized representation of traits, features, and achievements that make up a person or entity. So essentially, my friends, it's the building blocks of DSOC. And if you hear somebody say DSOC, DESOC, decentralized society, you hear DeFi, decentralized finance, DApp, decentralized applications. Like it's the new lingo. So when I say DSOC, if I say that quick, decentralized society, it is basically the start of living on Web3, if you will, having our entire lives move and work and operate on the platform that we've all come to know and love. And maybe you're somebody brand new tuning in the show. You're saying soulbound tokens, NFT news, what the hell's going on? This is really what this is about. I don't firmly believe that pictures of monkeys or beer cans or rhinos or any grandpa apes or anything are going to save our future, but I do believe the technology behind them definitely will. So how are they different than NFTs? And I'll give you some examples after this, but how are they different? They can't be sold or transferred. There's absolutely no market value in them. You're not going to get a soulbound token and be like, "Oh, I put this up for 5 ETH." Like it doesn't work like that whatsoever. They are not like ERC 720, 721. They are nothing like those whatsoever. And you'll kind of see what I mean when I give you some examples. They will also be held in separate wallets, so it's not just going to be like a random MetaMask wallet, just sitting around. You got this random thing. Like, it is going to be completely separate. No, again, no secondary markets, no none of that, and it is only assigned to you. And the best part about it is that multiple souls can have multiple tokens and be gifted multiple souls from multiple souls. And just hold on, I'll get there. Hold on, just wait a minute. But it's literally, you'll see in a minute how this builds. Why I'm just so excited about Web3 and the future of what we're doing and NFTs, because this is literally, these SPTs are the building blocks, and this might be September of this year, and I just blew my own mind. What have I been sitting here on Spaces talking about? August, September. If you can hold on to me right now, hold on for me, not for me, for you. Hold on for you for 2 months, August, September, and I guarantee you, the prices on these NFTs are going to blow your mind that you bought at ridiculous fire sales. I promise you, they're going to blow your mind. This market is cyclical. It happens the same way every single time we see a dip like this. And man, oh man, these SBTs coming out in September, all these market gurus that I'm going to talk about here in Word on the Chain. I'll have more updates about some of that, the Metaverse Standards Forum we already talked about. You're saying, what? Well, you said, just wait, we'll get there. I got more updates. This is literally the beginning of all of that. We are at the precipice of all of that. And come September, when this stuff drops and the whole space as we know it makes an entirely different shift, is when this stuff is really going to start clicking and going to make sense. And if you know about it now, it's going to be a piece of cake when we get there. I mean, you already know about NFTs and everything you're doing. You're turning into this show for a reason, because you're heavily involved in the space and you want to learn more, as do I. I learned from you guys being in the chat. I learned on all types of shit. So examples, because I just saw Dr. J's comment, souls on souls, and that was perfect segue. So check this out. There's 2 types, right? Credential soul and an identification soul. So those are the 2 different types, and I'll tell you, you'll kind of understand as I go along here. So the one that makes it all come together, where souls giving other souls, it's fucking weird. Think about it as a college. I went to Illinois State University, okay? Illinois State University has their own soulbound token. It is their own deal. And within that soulbound token are the business department, the science department, the yada, yada, yada. You go from there. And within all of those souls, they give out their degree or certification or whatever the case might be. And those souls that are physically there are given out to you and me, the ones that took the course, that went out there and did it. And now our certification, our degree, everything, instead of being some floppy piece of paper that who really knows if you can identify or not, is forever stored on the blockchain. Soul transferring soul from a soul to soul, and it can't be bought or sold. Oh, but I'm telling you, it is absolutely bananas. What this, I do not believe that NFTs are going to change the future. I can't stress that to you enough. But the technology, blockchain technology, Web3 technology, all this shit we talk about all day is, and you'll understand even more once we get to Word on the Chain. But I don't want to give away too much. But really, this is going to change literally how goods and how not necessarily services, but well, maybe even services too, if you go down that rabbit hole. But identity, it is going to change identity, how we know that forever. And the souls that actually own these things, these accomplishments, these achievements, these deeds, these houses, driver's license, deeds to home, passports, lease agreements, all this stuff that is literally going to be stored on the blockchain. And to go back to just put a cap on it, hey, maybe that's why they call me Cap, credentialed and identification souls. So for instance, that college diploma or degree, whatever I told you about. That would be credential, a driver's license, identification, a passport, identification, lease agreements. I mean, how many times have you lost your fucking lease agreement coming up, getting apartments and this and that and the other? Been here, done that. Hello. I mean, forever it's stored on the blockchain, so you don't have to jack with any of it. It can't be bought or sold. You can't accidentally Yo, sign me up 100 times out of 100. This is so dope, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. There's no other word for it, and it is literally changing how we will be living. But it's NFTs are dying. Yeah, whatever. Whatever helps you sleep at night, whatever floats your goat, okay? But it's much bigger than PFPs. On Monday, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. We'll probably have some big announcements come Monday. Big announcements probably come Monday. But NFT 101 come Monday is going to be unrevealed NFTs and the security behind that. I heard some people talking today on a space, and I listen. I hear where people have had issues in the past, and I say, jot it down. Let's talk about it, because I've crossed that bridge too. And why not, if I've had that issue, help you to not have that issue, or somebody who might be brand new in the space. So there we go. There you have it. Soulbound tokens, my friend. As we wrap everything up, again, today's secret phrase of the day before moving into the second segment of the day is Crookz Nation. That's Crookz with a Z Nation. If you're over on Twitter, I cannot see your comment, and it does not enter you into the giveaway. You have to be over on YouTube in the live chat, enter in hashtag Crookz Nation with a Z, and you will be entered into the giveaway. That is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So without further hesitation or delay, the second segment of the day, word on the chain. Everybody loves that Web3 tea, so I'll be the guy to bring it to you and talk about all this shit that's kind of going on and going crazy right now. I want to say hi to the chat again, everybody else that wasn't here from jump, but we got to say what's up, what's going on, because I always, I feel like I gloss over this portion. So, hey, Bosephus. Good to see you this morning, brother. Good to see you. It was great. Tell old Blind Bo that we all say hello and thank you for the fine poetry this morning on Java and Jams. If you're not familiar with Java and Jams, follow me on Twitter at Cap and Colt right there. Hey, hi, how you doing? And that's my morning space, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. GM Ash, good to see you this morning, young lady. Who else we got in here? Everybody. Oh yeah, I guess I've shouted just about everybody else. It's been, oh shit, there she is. Just a mess. I was looking for Just a Mess. I wonder how she was doing. She's been a little under the weather. She ain't been feeling the best in the world, but great to see you there. She'll always show up for a giveaway. Her giveaway radar was oh shit, it's Door Show. I gotta get in the chat. I know what you're doing over there, Just. It's okay. Oh, shout out my man 12. Let's go. Tommy, what's up, baby? Good to see you. We got so many. Oh, man. We got Joey B checking in live from the Windy City. What up, Joey B? GM. We got Dan Kruger. GM. Man, you guys are looking great. Looking great out there. Holy shit. All right, there you go. What's up, Trey? Mighty X, my boy. What's going on? How you doing? I love it. All right, there you go. One final time, Crookz Nation. All right, let's dive into officially today's word on the chain. Okay. Couple of things. Word on the chain has it that item number one would be OpenSea acquires Gem XYZ. Wow, I'm a fucking poet and I didn't even know it. I swear, you guys, I don't try to do this sometimes. It rolls off the tongue. Think I found my niche in life, if you will. So I think I'll keep going. OpenSea acquires Gem XYZ, guys. I talked about eBay acquiring Known Origin yesterday. And some other moves that are kind of being made in the space. Super Rare and Gucci. All this. The main point here, before I kind of nerd out on what the hell this means for us trait snipers, is that OpenSea's making moves. We can bitch and moan and complain about Broken Sea this, Broken Sea that. Well, at the end of the day, Broken Sea is brand spanking fucking new. And like they have been only for a very short amount of time. And, eBay wasn't great when it first came out. You know, Amazon was dog shit when it first came out, right? Email, for crying out loud, was a piece of shit. Text messages were dog shit. We didn't want to use any of it, right? But it gradually improves over time. They bring in the Seaport protocol. They make this announcement. They're partnering with Gem XYZ. Do you understand how easy it is to purchase NFTs on Gem XYZ? It's my preferred platform now. I seriously go there. You can trait snipe. You can have multiple projects going at one time. You can add everything to one cart, bundle sweep, one flat gas fee, no problem, cheap as shit, and you're in and out the door. And now OpenSea partners with them, and they're going to be rolling out, obviously, updates, and they're going to be able to roll them out faster because I talked about last week the Seaport protocol being the new installment with OpenSea. It all takes time. I guess the overarching theme here is that it all takes time. You got to have diamond hands if you want to make it in a space like this when it is this young and this early. It is what it is. And if you don't, if you get scared during times like these or when things happen, I assure you, you should just stop, because I'll continue on with some things that are happening. You can go back and watch things that I talked about yesterday. This space ain't going nowhere. This space ain't going nowhere. And it is only just about to rebound. Only just about to rebound. I'm not saying we won't see another little dip, another little this, another little that by any means, but I'm also not saying that this thing is going anywhere at all. Word on the chain has it. Item number 2, I guess actually, to close out item number 1, sweeping's going to be easier. Gas is going to be way more affordable. When layer 2 comes in, it's going to be gas might even be damn near non-existent by that time. Who knows? But that's pretty damn dope. OpenSea acquires Gem XYZ. Word on the chain has it. Item number 2, that PSG, that's Paris Saint-Germain, or
Paris Saint-Germain
for us Chicagoans, is a soccer club, if you didn't know, plays in League One over there in the wonderful England. 10K collection being launched by 10K collection being launched by the club. It is being called Tiger Champs. They are in a partnership to launch this with Crypto.com, and it commemorates PSG's League One champions win last year. So absolutely electric. So damn dope that yet another soccer league, another organization is getting involved. And again, that's why I mention it. I don't bring it up because I have PSG signs hanging all over my room here, my lab. Au contraire, actually, I don't really watch soccer all that much. From time to time, I used to bet on it a little bit. Shout out Bubba Gumpino, my brother. Shout out Bubba Gump. If you don't know, you won't know, but you better get fucking familiar. I used to do it every once in a while, but I don't. As I always say, I don't give a shit. You want to know about all that extra stuff, whatever. What I care about is yet another club, another organization, another sports league is taking a leap of faith, getting out on a limb, and getting involved in NFTs in the metaverse. And I absolutely am here for every single second of it. Every single second of it. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know when the partnership officially starts and the collection drops, but I do know that it will probably be happening sooner rather than later. Talked about yesterday, 2 days ago. I don't even know. The days kind of blend together at this point in time, just like my sips of water and the breaks in the show. Yeah, just like that. Whew. That's some high quality H2O, and hopefully I don't knock my other one off over there. Okay. So I talked about the Metaverse Standards Forum and how like Meta and Sony and all these big tech giants were partnering up and essentially creating this board of directors, if you will, onboarding platform. They're not setting standards, but they're helping lay the roadmap, if you will. Go back and watch all that. I just wanted to follow up on it because Zuckerberg is making moves. And you know, when Zuckerberg makes moves, shit's probably about to start hitting the fan. As much as you want to hate Facebook, hate Meta, hate whatever you want about him stealing our data. And my friends, if you knew me back in 2014, I was talking about the Internet of Things and how interconnectability, I can't even say that word anymore. Interconnectability was literally going to be the future. And now Web3 comes out and it all makes sense. Like literally the creators, like, it all makes sense. It's all, I love it when a plan comes together. It's all making sense. So Zuckerberg, if you didn't know, apparently I haven't updated my Insta Slam in a long time. But Zuckerberg, they announced, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I don't know if it's available yet or not, but Spark AR. It is augmented reality in Instagram where you can basically bring in your NFT collections now into your stories. So I don't know if it's like part of only AR NFTs, which shout out the Ether Brews. Buku! Woo! Sorry, one time for the one time. Half! Just half! One time for the one time. Now you know what it looks like. That's how I look. Half! One time for the one time. But I don't know if it's any NFTs or just that. I have no clue whatsoever. But apparently you can now bring your shit into Instagram. And they're probably going to have wallet connectivity stuff in between. Why do I know that? Because if you've ever seen Facebook Pay, it's pretty fleeting. I mean, it wasn't like a huge thing. Not a whole lot of people obviously use Facebook Pay by any means, but Zuckerberg was laying the groundworks and the platform and the railroad tracks, if you will, to now get them to Meta Pay. Oh my gosh, the name of their company is Meta. It's the fucking metaverse, and they have come up with their own currency system. It's going to be their own wallet. It's absolutely insane. They're literally leveraging their name and what they're building to just pretty much create their own effing economy. So it's going to be crazy. Keep your ears to the streets. If you ain't done the research on what Zuck's doing in Meta and Meta Pay, I mean, I'm watching it. When people who have plenty, here's a quote for you. It's just as hard to stand on the bottom rung of the ladder and pick up rocks from the ground and toss them up at the top at the men in the high castle as it is to just stop that shit and reach up for the next rung on the ladder and keep climbing. Hell of a fucking concept, I know, but maybe if you make moves now in a couple of months, you won't be worried about making too many moves for the rest of your life. Or you will be, but you'll be having them a lot more fun and not, is this going to work out? I don't know. I'm telling you again, this is, oh shit. We got somebody, I got to shout out Alpha. Alpha used Facebook Pay a ton. Let's hop in the chat real quick, because this seems to be a nice little topic. I just find it so damn interesting that they already had the groundworks for this stuff, and now Zuck's is like, oh yeah, you fucks thought you knew what I was doing, and bang, another move, and I don't like all the Gary V hate and the Zuck hate and the this, the that, unless they're throwing shade at this space, isn't the whole thing WAGMI? Wouldn't it be beneficial if we partnered up with them and, they probably got more funds than we do and probably can go places, and maybe they've been through these dips before and that's why they've gone up and made bags. Again, I'm just a talking head. I don't know shit about fuck at the end of the day. So maybe I'm absolutely bananas. Oh, baby. I'm absolutely crazy. So who the hell knows? A couple additional items because I have gotten windy, but perfect damn timing because our guest of the day has just joined us down in the bottom. We'll bring him up here shortly. But before we do, a couple other items that you can do your own research on. Citibank partners with Medico to provide digital asset solutions. I'm not really sure the whole background of Medico, what they are. I know they're a Web3 platform, but again, I always tell you, don't care about all that stuff. I care about Citibank, a major IRL, Web 2, Web 1 damn near finance and lending powerhouse, for crying out loud, is starting to look into DeFi and how they can get involved in Web 3. But NFTs and Web 3 is dying. Just in case you were wondering, just maybe tune out. This whole show means nothing. I have no idea. What is life anymore? If you didn't see, word on the chain, item number 5, my friends. Snoop and Eminem are teaming up. I don't know if they're dropping an album or what the hell's going on. But DOGG and Eminem dropped a music video featuring their Bored Apes. So once again, NFTs are dying, yet some of the biggest names in the rap industry are making music videos with some of their most expensive NFTs. You tell me if they're leveraging the IP correctly and building for a future while the market's down. I don't know. Maybe I'm wild. Maybe I'm not. Last but certainly not least, my friends, word on the chain has it, item number 6, that Crypto.com has committed to a 2-year donation gift to Oxford University in order to further blockchain research. Yeah, Crypto.com getting involved with an Ivy League school to assist blockchain research. But again, NFTs and Web3 is dying. There you go, my friends. There you have it. Word on the chain has it. Segment number 2 of the day is complete. As we wrap up, you know the drill. Secret phrase of the day, as per usual, you know I had to get wild from my boy joining us here very soon. Crookz Nation in the chat. You can't be on Twitter. You got to be on YouTube. You got to be in the live chat, baby. It's got to be hashtag Crookz Nation with a Z, and you hop on in there. I don't care if you can only come in for a half a second, then get on out. You can only watch on Twitter. I don't know what your excuse might be, but YouTube is where it's at. For some reason, Twitter comments don't roll through. Don't ask me. I don't make the rules. I just tell you to come on over to YouTube, and you can win some free shit. And actually, today's free shit is absolutely gorgeous if you haven't seen it on my Twitter page, and it's courtesy of our guest of the day. But before we bring that man in, my friends, it's time for the final segment of the day. Word on the chain. No, what the hell? That was the last one. I'm a human. DOORkeepers. Forgot my own fucking show. Sorry, kids, you'll have to forgive me. I told you I enjoyed a lot of vitamins before this show. I was just, hey, shit happens. It is what it is. You're going to have to forgive me from time to time. Without further ado, though, my friends, let's bring on today's guest of the day. I am absolutely hyped to reconnect with him. If you saw the post on the Diamond Hand Radio Twitter page, before I get into all of this, I almost forgot the tweet of the day. Damn, I just remembered. This is a guy that I have known since I entered the NFT space, was always welcoming me into his communities. Never was there an opportunity where I came up and asked a question where this man was just like, nah, you don't know what you talk about. Get the hell out of here. Literally, I've learned so much from this guy, and I can't wait for you guys to have the exact opportunity and hopefully have an opportunity to build a relationship that I have, because I would consider him an OG friend of mine. And, I don't just toss around that friend term very lightly. So this man, OG in the space, and I can't wait for you to meet him and to learn about him. But before we can, get on your feet and put your hands together for the one who is a member of the presidential cabinet over there yonder at the Crookz Nation. He's also the co-director of Crookz Hype. I say co-director because if you don't know, you won't know, the man known as onlybands.eth, but hopefully one day he'll grace us with his presence here too. He is also, my friends, everyone's favorite redhead in the NFT space, once referred to as RedKev, and don't you forget, PLP pusher, official diamond hander, big brain human. Welcome on for his first appearance of many, RedKev.
Captain.
Let's go.
Hell of an intro. Thank you.
What's up, my boy? How you doing today?
Oh, we're doing great. No, I love that intro, man. That was you always got the best intros, whether it's Twitter Spaces, you're just excellent.
Hey, I appreciate you, my brother. It's kind of my thing. I enjoy hyping people up who have hyped me up and show them the same love that they've shown me in the space, man. And you're one of those guys, dude. So I always got to bring the extra hype, bring the extra heat. But let's dive right on into it. I don't want to waste on any time here at all. I'm so excited, dude. I've had your name circled. It was so funny. I had your name circled on the old guest list. I have just a list of people that I want to connect with. And it was so funny. We crossed paths at the Ether Brews final mint party, and I was just like, dude, what are you doing on Monday? He's like, well, let me know. And we got in the DMs, and it was almost instantaneously. We were like, oh, well, not Monday. Let's do it Friday. And here we are all of a sudden, and it just worked out so perfectly. So I can't thank you enough for stopping by. I'm glad you had the day off work. I can't wait for the audience to learn a little bit more about you and what you got rocking at Crookz. But first things first, obviously you had to fall into Web3 somehow. What was kind of, life pre-Web3? I know you're still kind of IRL, so you don't have to give away everything. But how'd you fall into the Web3 rabbit hole, and what kind of got you to where you are now on the presidential cabinet of Crookz?
This is an interesting story. I'm sure they all are. But yeah, as far as like getting into Web3, my funny enough, my roommate who doesn't deal with NFTs anymore, he was like kind of telling me about it, and I was one of those guys. I was like, it's just a JPEG. I'll just right click save it. Who cares? It's bullshit. So, but then I like really started diving into it, and I was like, oh, you can actually like meet people and you can make money here. Like it's not just some BS thing. So I started mainly on Reddit because I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have Twitter until Crookz. So I was on Reddit and I saw a picture of a crook, which I got one on my shirt here.
Let's go.
Oh, the background.
Uh-oh.
The background's not going to participate.
Disappeared.
Yeah, the background's not going to participate with
I
me.
love it.
But got my PFP on a shirt because it's what you do with NFTs.
Hell yeah.
And I was on Reddit and I saw the art and I'm just like, whoa. And it was probably one of these behind me because these were all some of the previews before mint. And I thought I won one. I was one of those guys. I came in Discord and was like, it was my first Discord. So genuinely my first Discord. And I was like, oh, hey, I'm from Reddit. I just won a crook. And everyone immediately informed me that I did not win a crook. And they're like, what? And they're just like, nah. And I was like, all right, well, the vibes are pretty chill. I like the art, so I'm going to stick around here. And our founder, Trevor, who made me presidential cabinet eventually, he likes to refer to it as one of his favorite arcs in NFTs, how I just came in from Reddit just one day. I didn't know a thing. I was asking, what is gas? What's a MetaMask? What's this MM you guys keep talking about? Like I knew nothing. And they got me on my feet. And like it was around Christmas last year, I ended up having COVID. So I was stuck in my house for a week. And I just went hardcore learning everything I could about Web3. And that's when I kind of became on as a mod and then kind of went from there. But yeah, Reddit was my introduction into Crookz and really into Web3, which is not a great introduction.
No, not there's some deep dark corners of shit you might not ever want to read about again over there on Reddit. But hey, it leads to things like this. And now you're on the Door Show, presented by Diamond Hand Radio, and soon to be other sponsors. We'll save that alpha for later. But
okay.
Yeah, man, we got some shit cooking up in the background. But man, it's so wild. I've been talking a lot with people today about their starts in the space, and it's just so interesting to hear all these different ways that people got in, and all of a sudden we've kind of all become one, and we all have like that same thought process, even though we come. I mean, I fell in just because I was going to be a billionaire, for crying out sake, or for crying out loud, for fuck's sakes is what I'm trying to say. Goodness, I can't even talk today for some reason. I enjoyed way too many vitamins, Kev. This ain't good today. I wanted to be a billionaire. A millionaire, gajillionaire overnight. I was going to sell a JPEG, woohoo, and I was out to space. That was it. I quickly found out that wasn't going to be the case, but then I started sticking around. I started hanging out with guys like you and Duncan, and shout out Farbo out there partying up with Duncan and all the fam right now. It's looking like so much fun. I'm so pissed. I can't wait till NFT Vegas. You know my ass is going to be out there. I'm hitting the Crookz party. I'm hitting the Gag party, the Brews party, the Rhinos. I'm getting wild. I'm getting wild in Las Vegas. But just me and you talking, Kev. Just me and you. Nobody's here. Nobody ain't nothing you got to worry about. Nobody even tunes into this show, for crying out loud. Any high quality, because I am a community member and it's just us talking, right? You're on the presidential cabinet, you know. Any high quality Crookz Alpha, anything you guys got cooking up? I know we got mutations coming soon. I know we got big announcements coming Q3 with maybe something hashtag interchangeable. I don't know, man. What is some high quality alpha, just to not to shill, but you know, kind of get the people excited?
Yeah, well, I would say with Crookz, I mean, like you said, mutations. So he says mutations, it's Crookz zombies. And I don't know about you guys, I'm a huge fan of zombies. Their lore, movies, show, I mean, everything. I love zombies. So we got a couple sneak peeks. We're going to be getting more. So we get to see some different traits. And really at first it was just going to be like a piece of art. Like, hey, you know, if you see the art behind me, I mean, the art's A1. For me personally, it's just A1. So we're like, oh, okay, Crookz Zombies, it's going to be super dope art. But we realized in this space kind of right now, it's like art isn't the way to necessarily have a successful project these days, as much as I hate it, because I came here for the art. I'm an artist, like not very good, but like I paint, I draw, but art just isn't the thing. Like, sure, you have your Bored Ape Yacht Club, and no one's ever going to be another Bored Ape. The quicker you realize that, the quicker you rip that Band-Aid off, the quicker you're going to have more fun in this space. There's never going to be another Bored Ape Yacht Club. There just isn't.
Right.
But they did it all based off of art and then the community. So there's still a lot of value in community. But like just having art, it's these days everyone's focused on utility. What more can you provide to me? And like you said, I mean, I think everyone comes in this space expecting to be a millionaire overnight. I didn't say that when I was introducing how I got in here, but I thought the same thing. Like, I'm gonna have the next Bored Ape Yacht Club. I'm gonna make $300,000 off a couple JPEGs, and yeah, I'll be good. I'll go invest in crypto or back into stocks or something.
Identical.
Exactly.
Identical.
So we kind of realized, because like our founder is an artist at heart. And we really started as an art project. It was our tagline: no bullshit, just great art. And after a while, we kind of realized, like, hey, you know, he realized that there should be some utility. That's where the space is kind of moving. He wanted to get ahead of that. So with the zombies, we're also going to introduce staking for Crookz token. And you're going to want zombies because zombies are going to have a higher multiplier. That's a little alpha. So going to have a much higher multiplier for staking.
Now, pretty standard mutation. I don't need to burn my Crookz in order to get my zombie, correct?
No. You're keeping the art. We want the art to be around. So you keep the Crook, and then it's just a separate collection, Crookz Zombies. So we wanted to reward our holders after mint. So every month you kept your Crook not listed, delisted. You got a serum. Those serums are going to be used for Crookz Zombies. 4 serums for standard mutations. I think 9 for level 2. So we're going to have 2 levels to it. And because we did that, I think there's like, last I saw was like 215 out of 10,000 were listed. So we got a strong community. We're hanging in there. We're hanging on the blockchain through this bear market.
Hey, I've been rocking and rolling. I got gifted my Crookz by the one and only Bands, and you know I'm never letting go of that. And I think it might be time to do a little floor sweeping while the market's down before this shit starts to pump again. When a lot of these announcements come out. And one final thing, because I like to get a little deeper on the show before we dive into anything else. Now I know you got the 3 levels: the green, the pink, and the blue. Right now, I only got the blue because I'd only been holding through that time for the snapshot. So am I in a good spot? Should I be looking maybe some greens and pinks? What do I need to be doing, RedKev, for the people?
So the colors don't mean much. I'll say that. Okay. It's essentially you just need 4 serums to mutate. So if you're interested, we got serums. You can buy them off OpenSea. The link's in our official Crookz OpenSea. Also in our Discord, always highly recommend official links in Discord and Twitter, link trees, things like that. Don't just go searching it. Thankfully, we got the check mark on the Crookz, but the serums does not have the check mark, so you just want to be careful there. But yeah, so because there's different colors. We do actually have a special one that our founder just announced. It's going to be a white super serum.
Whoa.
And what does that do, you may ask? Well, that's going to be used for a 1-of-1 custom trait. So he's actually going to be making custom traits for these serums. There's a couple ways to get them. You have to be a megalodon. Shout out our megs out there. If you have 30 Crookz, you are a megalodon, and we actually have quite a few. We got a lot of whales in Crookz. A lot of people love the art. That's one way to get it. Or if you're just Trevor Nixon, aka Nixon, he'll give it out to people he feels deserved. It's kind of like handpicked from there.
Sure.
But in your case, might want to go check out the serums on OpenSea. They are pretty cheap right now. There's not a lot listed, but they're on Polygon, so it's like you have to do the whole bridge Polygon to ETH sort of thing. Doesn't seem to be too much, just Polygon takes a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just got to be careful with that. It will take a while, and you might not get it instantly like something on Ethereum.
Sure. Well, I appreciate you sharing all that high quality stuff, man. Shilling without shilling. That's top notch for sure. That's how I like to run the show. And speaking of how I like to run the show, I like to learn a little bit more about the people behind the PFPs. You know, it's always nice to learn about the NFTs and all that shit and everything they can do, but I don't invest in PFPs anymore. I invest in the people behind it. And sometimes I might make a sizable investment, but that's because I really, really believe in the people behind it. And I think that's okay. So give us some high quality info, man. Like what has really got you to where you are now? I mean, I think right now is such a crucial time to try and find your way in Web3, if you will. Try and find that way to start making money in this space instead of just start giving it your money. How did you kind of go about making your way in this space, and how was some of those times where you kind of overcame those hurdles that we've all had, anybody being on a team in this space?
Good questions. I really like the investing in teams. That's something I didn't realize until really Crookz, because I'd gotten in a couple projects before Crookz. Of course, I got rugged. Fun, always fun. If you haven't been rugged in the space, you're incredibly lucky. And
if you haven't been rugged, you ain't living. What do you? Come on.
It's just like I don't want to like put it on you, but like once you get through that first rug, like you navigate the space a little bit better. 100%, for me.
100%.
You know, I think a lot of people are very, very focused on floor price. I think I think that's one of the biggest hurdles in this space, is getting people to realize the actual value past one number on a screen. Like for Crookz, you can look at the floor price. Cool. How about you look at how many are listed? Like that's a number I enjoy. Like 215 out of 9,999. That means over 9,000 people, or not 9,000 people, but like there's 9,000 Crookz that people don't want to sell right now. That's how I like to look at projects. And there's a lot of little intricacies with that, but a lot of it, you know, there's a lot of negativity in this space. And I think especially with ETH going down, and kind of keep talking about this bear market, and you know, it's a tough time for a lot of us. I think a lot of us, myself included, got into NFTs when ETH was at like 4,000. So I'm down on my investment USD wise. But like, if you believe in ETH, if you believe in crypto, if you believe in NFTs, it's not just a short-term quick flip day trading for me. I'm just not good at that. So a lot of it is kind of navigating that negativity, trying to maintain positivity. You mentioned bands earlier. Shout out bands. Just
shout out.
Big shout out to bands.
My boy.
Just positive. You'll never see him being negative. He's just one of the most positive people I met in this space. And he obviously, we talk in a lot of Twitter spaces. I wouldn't be doing Twitter space if it wasn't for bands. That man was my co-host on my first space when I hosted. He was pinning stuff to the top because I didn't know how to do it. He was bringing people up. Like, that man, incredible. So you got to find awesome people. You got to find people like Colt. You got to find people like bands. I'll be your guy too. You know, reach out to me. You know, hit me up on Twitter, Discord, wherever. But you got to find good people in the space. And you also, respectfully, you don't want to trust anyone too much either. Like, don't give your seed phrase out to some person you met online, ever. No matter how much you trust the person, like, that's just a big no. It's, you know, a lot of scams are going around right now. So you want good friends. You want people that will teach you, that have no ulterior motives. Like, I don't want to make money off Colt. I don't think Colt wants to make money off me. We're just friends.
Well, maybe if I get an extra crook and this show makes fucking crooks go through the moon, then yeah, I made some fucking money. That's pretty cool. But I don't want anything else other than that.
Exactly. Like, we're not like asking each other like, hey, I gave you this alpha. Like, where's my cutback or something? You know, like, it's nothing like that. You just got to find people that will help you through the space, especially if you're new or you're getting like your friends onboarded. You got to have like like people that have been around, and like I've been around for a while, but like there's plenty of people that have been around way longer than me, know way more than me. But it's degen free mint season. Have a burner wallet, just things like that. Like there's little tips and tricks that everyone needs to know to be safe, because we keep hearing about people getting scammed, their wallets getting drained, and like that's what's going to keep people away from the space is those scams. Everyone already thinks NFTs are a scam, so these scammers aren't making it any easier by literally doing it every single day and taking people's money. So just have good friends, make good friends, get in Discords, hop on Twitter. You'll meet great people. That's what happened for me. I met some of my best friends in life, not just Web3, through Crookz. People I talk to every single day, more than I talk to a lot of my real life friends. So as weird as that may sound, Web3 is different. Web3 is way different than real life. That's for sure.
Straight facts, man. Straight facts. And it's because everybody's on the same page. I keep saying this a lot, that we're all human beings behind these PFPs. Even though it is Web3, we're still mainly on Web2 platforms talking about this shit, still building this. And, I'm kind of tired of talking about a bear market. I've started to call it a build market. I think this is the time when you should be chilling out, not getting worried, not getting depressed, not getting down on your laurels, but realizing that if you scrape together a little change here, a little change there, and make an investment here, make an investment there, even though it might seem a little scary right now to invest in something high value when the market's down, I promise you, give me 2 months. Give me 2 months. Give me 2 months. 3, 6, a year. Your mind's going to be fucking blown. I promise you. This is the most pivotal time. I can't even say that damn word. Pivotal time in this space right now, and in the lives of so many people. And what you said there, Kev, is so spot on. And I think you'll have some other good thoughts on some stuff like this. During these times, you mentioned a couple things like have your burner wallet, have stuff like that, like just overarching during a build market, if you will. What are some of those things that you can kind of do now to get prepared for the future? And what do you think that next move is of the space? So you can kind of go down a rabbit hole here, because like obviously we have the free mints, all that stuff going on, right? But it's got to change at some point in time. So what's that next move, and how do you kind of navigate a space like this right now?
Yeah, it's tough. For me, I've always been just a long-term diamond hand. I find a project, I do my research, and I invest. And I don't check floor prices. So what I have, especially, I think it was like a little bit before, I like build market. I'm stealing that. During this build market, I did start to move towards a little bit more of like the actual, like trying to trade NFTs and like trying to hit that free mint and get that 0.05 if it pops off and move on. I.e., well, fun story. I had the contract for Goblin Town and thought it was a fucking joke. I didn't think it was going anywhere. So of course I didn't mint it. And I was like out and about and someone sends me and they're like, the contract looks a little weird. I don't know. And so yeah, there that goes.
Weird, all right.
Yeah. And then you see some of the stuff coming out of NFT NYC and it's just like, well, I mean, I would have liked the money, but not really wanting to be a part of that community. Because when I invest in NFT, I invest in the community. That's why I got into Brew Crew, Ether Brews. Like Brew Crew. I love you guys. Why wouldn't I be in that community?
Hell yeah.
So for me personally, I've been doing a little bit more degeneracy. I'd still say 90% of my ETH goes to long-term projects that I care about. And until something major changes, I'm not going to sell it. Just, unless, I don't know, 100X's overnight, like maybe I'd think about it. Not Crookz. I don't think I could ever sell a Crook. 69 ETH, I'll sell a Crook. Once that's the floor price, I'll sell a Crook.
kind of how I'm feeling about the brews, man. But
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe we'll be able to change the marketing game with our interoperable traits for both of us. Both sides of the coin, Crookz and brews, and maybe we'll just be able to utilize the secondary for our traits and make hella dough off of our traits and never actually sell out of the project. That'd be pretty damn cool. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's not. I'm bullish on the future, and I think it is. Speaking of the future, what most excites you about the future, man? Like, I know I kind of said, what do you think that next move is? And even the kind of continuation upon that, like, what most excites you for the future? Like, you get up, you can check the crypto bubbles, you can see everything redder than red. Shit hasn't gone up forever. Like, we're talking about the same shit, another free mint. And like me personally, I've kind of stopped. I would say maybe like now, honestly, I've stopped. Like, asked me a week ago, hell no, I was all about the degen mints and all of this alpha calls, blah, blah, blah. But I've chosen to now cement in and get involved with some high quality communities, and maybe they're a little bit more high priced, and maybe they're out of the price range of a lot of people. But I'm just that damn bullish on the future of this space. So what excites you most about the future? Why do you just despite the shit, keep coming around every single day?
One thing, one number that really got to me when I first got in this space. Someone told me how many wallets there were on OpenSea. And it was like, and this was probably like last October maybe, but it was like under 1 million or so. It was crazy. And like, think about that. Think about the numbers of how many people are just in the US. And then think about the world, because NFTs are not purely American. I've learned that. I have so many friends from overseas. Like, there was like less than 1 million wallets on OpenSea, or those were the official numbers when I started. And that doesn't include people having multiples. So this space, the people here, it's such a small group right now that if I'm excited about how projects and people are able to onboard Web2, get people, I've been referring to them as muggles, people that aren't into NFTs, get those muggles involved in NFTs. And a lot of that is going to be big projects.
Hey, shout out HP, bro. Shout out HP.
Yeah,
I'm all about HP, bro. Come on. I had to have the connections come together, and I was just like, you know what? That shit makes total sense. I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
Yeah, and I think like once we can get those people in, and I saw something from Doodles. Doodles just had Pharrell as their like, I forget what his title is, but he's on their team now.
Chief Brand Ambassador. Talked about it on this here show.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed it. I was getting psyched up. I was getting amped up, listening to some DMX before the show.
Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Whoa. Shout out the OG, man. Oh, lost the legend way too early. Oh, shout out DMX. I'm sorry. See what happens when I get cool people on the show. I go down the rabbit hole. Stop me. Please continue on. Okay, I thought of something. Actually, I think it's a great segue point from what you just said there. You said multiple wallets. I have 5 myself and planning on getting more, and I don't even really move like that. Like, I'm no whale by any means. Like, no sirree Bob. So, holy shit, I don't even want to know some of these people who have Basie on Basie and Macy and Kennel Club, how many wallets they have. My man HD from the Respected Rhinos, I think you would really like HD, man, and JTR. They're high quality people. I've been saying hashtag OQP in the space. Only quality people, man, is who I'm surrounding myself right now. No question about it. And he keeps tossing this out when we talk about just how early we are. 2 things is whack me. There is no wag me. Whack me with a C. We all can make it. It takes people like you who have the mindset like you do, people like HD, people who tune into this show, who want to see the furthering of this space, who want to see it get better, who want to combat those security issues. That is what it truly means to actually make it. We can make it. You just have to stay the course. You have to have the same mindset. You can't just invest in a project. We all gonna make it. It don't work like that. That's not how this space is. And I hope you guys are listening and taking notes to what RedKev's saying, because, man, he is spot on with everything he's been saying. And OpenSea, man, 1.9 million wallets roughly now since the last time you updated. In comparison to eBay, that's got about 597 million active users. So you put it in comparison in how eBay and OpenSea are essentially the same shit. OpenSea just lacks an e-commerce platform, thus enter MetaMask connection. That's literally the only difference between those two platforms is one connection of a wallet instead of an e-commerce system. That's all it is. And, you know, that's the potential it has. So I think you're so right, man. And I absolutely love where you went with that because we still are early. We've got so into the wag me bros mindset that we've forgotten, I think, how truly we actually are, man.
Well, and like one thing I like to look at, and that's great, 1.9 million. That sounds about right because in the past, like since then, because again, those numbers I was taught, it was like October, so that makes a lot of sense. There was a lot of adoption, and
for sure,
ETH was going crazy, so people were getting into it. Once we see ETH start going back up, I think a lot more people. And one thing I really like, and I'm sure you've noticed this, Twitter. So Twitter is obviously NFT social media. I had no idea when I first got in Crookz. Someone told me that was like, hey, if you're going to get in NFTs at all, get on Twitter. And I was like, no, I don't like politics. I don't want to be on Twitter. That's all I knew Twitter. That's all I knew Twitter was politics.
Right.
And I was just like, I'm good. And then they're like, no, idiot, follow the right people. And you'll only see NFT stuff. So that's what I do. I see a little bit of sports stuff here and there, but it's all NFT stuff. And the interactions since this build market has started have gone so far down that there's so many people that were in this space that have, I don't know if they sold everything and got out. I don't know if they're just like, screw this. I'm going back to my personal docs Twitter and just hanging out with other friends. And I'm going to let this stuff build over here and see what happens a few months from now. But like you see the interaction and you see the sentiment on Twitter. And granted, I do like me a good shit post. I do like me some shit posters on Twitter.
For sure. For sure.
I'm trying to be one myself, but you know, I'm getting there. I like using Twitter to be real too. Like, because I think there's so many doxed people in this space, like almost maybe my third week in Crookz, I showed a picture of myself and like, I just didn't know any better. I'm like, I don't know this. You guys are my friends. You guys should see what I look like. It made sense.
Right.
But there's so many doxed people doing shady stuff, and we can go down a huge rabbit hole of those people. But I think something in this NFT space that I appreciate is the authenticity, is the people that are real. And hey, if you make a mistake, you own up to it as immediately as you can, and you say, hey, you know, I didn't expect this to happen, or this took longer than it should have, and we're working on it. So I think Twitter is a really good place to look at like how NFT in this space is going because when you see less and less interactions, I see less and less promo people saying, hey, I just sold my Bored Ape for 300 ETH. What floor am I sweeping? With the push of a button, I can raise your floor. Like, I actually saw one the other day and I'm like, hey, maybe this market's coming back.
Yeah, no shit.
I was like, what the hell? I haven't seen that in months. And then finally I saw one and I'm like, cool. You're not sweeping shit, man. It's fine. But
my favorite is when somebody will post like their 0.0000015 in their wallet and like, bet what floor am I sweeping? I'm like, total feels. Been there, done that, bro. Total feels.
That's one of my favorite shit posts right there. I feel like I've done that before too. And like people were actually like commenting like really low floors. They're like, dude, sweep this floor. And I'm like, I'm not sweeping shit, dude.
I ain't sweeping shit, bro. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say interaction, and shit, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. I got one more question for you, and we'll wrap up because shit, man, we just burned through 30 minutes, man, like nobody's business. I mean, we connect on another level, and I forever appreciate your friendship, man. You're my favorite redhead in the space, no doubt about it. But you talk about that interaction, man, and you guys, if you are in a space right now where people are bickering and moaning and whining and complaining and bitching, like you're not in the right space. You're not in the right community. You're not even part of a community. You're just a part of a bunch of jagaloons that are concerned with nothing about this space. Look around who's having these conversations, who's willing to come on my show. And I don't really care if you dox. It's not really about that whatsoever, because people can dox and, like you said, still be huge pieces of shit and still doing a bunch of shady shit on the back end. It's not about that. It's about who's actually out here building something. Why do you think I launched this show at the time that I did, when the market is probably the worst that it's ever been? I don't know. Just ask yourself those questions and maybe start going out on those limbs and surrounding yourself with people who are doing it too and are cementing themselves in this space. the Crookz, the Ether Brews, the Respected Rhinos, the Gax, people that you've seen that have proven time and time again that no matter the up, the down, the left, the right, the diagonal, they're going to stay in this space, man. And I guess that's a hell of a way to segue in the final question of the day, my man, RedKev. I can't thank you enough. Again, holy shit, I can't believe we just burned off over a half hour just like that. But I asked this to every one of my guests, and hopefully, if you'd allow it, I'd love, or maybe even Farbo joins us in some time in the future. I'd love to have you guys on for V2, V3, V10. The show's ever evolving, so who knows what it'll look like if I have repeat guest weeks? Who knows? But I got to get this out for me right off the jump, because this is so important to so many people right now that just are looking for a way to get over that hump, a way to continue to just one more day. So anybody trying to break into Web3, NFTs, trying to start their own YouTube channel, build a business, start their own NFT project, or just simply chasing a dream or a passion, and going through those ups and downs, what's your best advice for that person?
It's a good question. I think one of the things, and something I've noticed a lot in this space, a lot with myself recently, is take care of your mental health above all. Because like whether you're starting a project, whether you're just like trying to make money in this space, whether you're, like you said, starting a YouTube channel, there's going to be a lot of just negative, either thoughts from you, negative comments, people saying certain things. And you got to take your mental health seriously. Like for me personally, I go to the gym a lot. It helps relieve my mental stresses, anxiety. It helps a lot. So you got to find something that you can kind of come back to that's going to be a positive impact on your life. Maybe that's going for a walk, reading a book, chilling out, listening to some music, video games, doing something that's going to kind of take your mind out of what you were doing. Because you can get so fixated, whether it's a project or YouTube. And don't get me wrong, you'll hear Gary Vee say, you gotta be shoveling shit and working hard for 40 hours a day and no weekends off. You can't have fun, and that's the only way you're going to succeed. And I just don't believe that. I like Gary Vee. I like what he does for this space in particular. And I like his videos because he swears, and he's like the only inspirational talker that's swears. So.
He's real as fuck, dude. Well, I'm trying to bend that curve as well. I'm trying to just be real and fucking open. Who gives a shit,
Exactly. And I've been trying to be more open on my Twitter too, and like,
Hey, speaking of more open on your Twitter, shout out RedKev gym tweets, bro. I'm all about the RedKev gym tweets. They've been cracking me the fuck up. I love it. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I think the one you're referring to is the one the other day when I was talking about dancing between sets and come say hi to me. Yeah. I do that. I have no idea how people feel at the gym when they see me, but better get used to it.
I love it, dude.
But yeah, no, I think, and that just goes to like the authenticity. Like I want to be more open. I want people to see the real me, and it's not just like some profile. As much as I love my profile picture, and I change it here and there for spaces, but I have a forever PFP it's very red, of course. But I like the authenticity because those are the people that I enjoy following and the people I enjoy being around, like yourself, like bands, like Trevor from Crookz. Like there's a lot of people in Crookz I really like because they're real, and I've talked to them on like a more than just NFT Web3 level. Like I've gotten serious conversations with them. So I think having those discussions, especially just mental health in this space, especially during this build market, it seems like it's been in the gutter. And a lot of people are down, and a lot of people are down financially, not just mentally. And I think being able to show people like, hey, you're not alone. We're all in this together. Being a little bit more real, a little bit more open. Also throwing some comedy in there. I like to throw some little comedy shit posts in there too. But at the end of the day, we're all real. We're all just trying to make it. We're trying to be successful in this space. So it's an interesting time. I like that you started this during this market, because I think you're going to see the real supporters from the beginning. And instead of when we're in this huge,
shout out the DHR fam. Already seen him. Shout out the DHR fam. So dope.
Yeah, and it's just because like if you start this during a bull run, everyone's gonna get in on it. You know, there's gonna be so many people. Like if you look on Twitter, like some projects that used to be on every single tweet, I don't see them anymore. Not name a name. I refuse to name names, but you don't see them anymore. Maybe that's the circles I follow, but I still see Crookz. I still see Brew Crew. You keep mentioning Respected Rhinos. I really love that project, by the way.
Dope. So
I've heard
dope.
him. I've heard him in a lot of spaces. I need to
I
somehow
love
get
them
connected.
too.
I need to
I
somehow
love
get
them.
connected with them. 'Cause-
Hey, stop by anytime you see me in a space, man. Because I got some big news coming up with the Respected Rhinos. Let me just tell you that. But they're my guys over there. I love HD, JTR, NY in the Discord, one of the head mods, man. Pablo. That community's high level too, man. They got a lot of high level thinkers, and they've really changed my way at how I view this space. And just give me a safe space, if you will, to just go and have high level combos and have these difficult conversations like this, right? Like, how many spaces do you go on where we have conversations like this, more where it's not centered around hype or sweeping a floor or whatever the shit might be going on, right? Like, this just isn't here. And that's why I wanted to bring this, man. You talk about being a positive force, a positive light in the space, and that's something I think you are. That's why I wanted to have you on here. You've given amazing insights this entire damn show. But it's what I wanted to do. I don't care about the accolades and the cap and all this. Like, yeah, great. That's why I took 6 months to hang out as a community member and supplant myself. And it's like, yo, I'm not no man in the high castle. I care about this shit. I care about this space. I want to be a light in the space just as much as you guys. I took this leap of faith to be able to allow others to take the leap of faith. Start your own YouTube channel, for crying out loud. I wouldn't recommend copying what I'm doing because then it doesn't work very well. But start your own shit. Figure some stuff out that I'm not talking about. I mean, I would so love, HD said it today, if you're the smartest person in a room, get into another room. If you're the richest person in a room, you better find your exit way as fast as you possibly can. And that's all I'm trying to do. I said it earlier, hashtag OQP. If I am in a space, I literally look now, and if there is anyone on stage that I am having to communicate with and I would not consider OQP, I leave the stage. I leave the stage now. And I know it seems kind of harsh, kind of shitty, but I don't have time for that in this space anymore. So, my man, anytime you want to come in and hang out, there's so much cool shit that they're building that I think our community in a way is really building some cool shit. Obviously, Bullish Trader hanging out with Mary B and Farbo and Duncan. I mean, I don't think motherfuckers realize what's going on down here, man. And they better get familiar, because down here, if you will, is about to be up there with all the other NFT projects. So that's my humble slice of closeout thoughts of you get me so hyped when we get to talking, man, because you're a cerebral dude, and I think that more people need to fucking have some RedKev in their life, bro. You told me, more people need capping in their life, bro. I need more RedKev in my life. I need more RedKev just coming out and fucking chilling. I don't even need RedKev the Crookz hosting spaces. Just come out and fucking chill and shoot the shit, bro. Like, I would love to have you just come in and bool out in our space. I don't give no fuck if you're rocking a brew, rocking a crook, whatever you're doing. Like, you're OQP, man, and I can't thank you enough for your time, for your insights, like everything you've done for the DHR fam, man, today. Like, you're helping build something special, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, brother.
No, and I appreciate you having me. This is my first podcast, video, interview, whatever you want to call it. So I love it.
And it's live. Look at you. You just like butter on a piece of warm toast. Just slid right on through that bad boy. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, well, it's history now. But no, I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. I want to, I don't care about follower count or anything like that. But, I like you said, like, I want to be a positive influence on this space. There's so many negative. It gets draining. So, yeah, I mean, anytime it's unfortunate with my work schedule. It's hard for me to be here during the day. Luckily, I had the day off because, well, to be honest, I knew I was going to be sad. I wasn't an NFT NYC, so I was like, I'm going to take Friday off. So
Good call. Good call.
I was like, I'm just going to take Friday off. But if you ever have like a late night, like DGen hours, that just usually works better for me. That's why I'm always in Twitter spaces at night. But absolutely, no, I love just shooting the shit with you. I think having these conversations, especially during this build market, which I'm going to just completely steal from now on.
Absolutely. High tide is good for all boats, man.
Yeah, but this is where you make those connections.
Hmm.
This is where you see who's still really here, the people that still want to be here. That's why I've been making even stronger connections on Twitter, because people are still here. I'm like, oh, like some of my followers are still hanging out. Some of them still like and retweet a ton of my stuff. Like those are the real people. And that's what we have in our communities. And Crookz, Ether Brews. I've heard a lot of great things about Respected Rhinos. I got to get more in that community. I know a lot of crooks bought into them after hearing a couple of the mega spaces we've done with them. So I've heard nothing but good things. But just being in communities, like I know we got strong people. There's people I see in Discord I talk to every single day, whether they're team, whether they have one crook, whether they have no crooks. Like you hang out with people. And I think that's what's going to propel this space, is this community. And yeah, we just that next big thing. Oof, when ETH starts going back up, when it starts climbing, and when people be like, wait, I remember Pharrell. What's this doodle stuff he's talking about? It's gonna hit a lot of people, and I feel like that's just the start. So, I mean, shoot, what I think I heard you talking about it. Eminem and Snoop Dogg premiered a music video at 8 Fest.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna get people talking. So, granted, I'm not I'll leave the ape conversation because we could talk about that for hours. But
Hey,
we'll leave that for the next show. I would love to come by or talk in a Twitter space. Twitter space are a little bit easier to schedule and just kind of pop into.
for sure.
But no, sure. I appreciate you having me, Cole. You're definitely a positive light in this space. I love what you're doing here. I know for a fact Bands was, I wouldn't say upset, but Bands definitely wants to be on this show.
Oh, he's coming on, baby. He's doxing hard. I can't wait, because he's always been playing that bullshit, putting crooks on his face. And then I saw him dox for NFT NYC, and I said, oh, baby, we're going to have Bands on for sure, man. I don't know if the internet will be able to handle it. I don't know if there's enough oxygen in one room for it just to not get sucked out, even though we'll be in opposite spaces. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but hell yeah, dude. Shit, we could even do a 4-way. We bring Bands, Farbo, and you on here and get absolutely bananas one day. Who knows? Who knows, man? But that's the beauty of this space, because we're building right now. And it changes every day. It's always, we know the fast pace of it. So before we get down another rabbit hole, brother, I got to schedule up V2, V5, V10, because obviously we could do this all day long. But
absolutely,
you see it down there, kids. If you haven't already, comment in the live YouTube chat, #Crookz Nation, because in under 2 minutes, I'm not even going to give you a whole bunch of time today. Under 2 minutes, #Crookz Nation in the YouTube chat is how you enter today's giveaway. It cannot be on Twitter. The Twitter comments do not work. One more time, it cannot be on Twitter. The Twitter comments do not work. I say that 50 times every day, and somehow someone hops in my DMs and tells me I'm on bullshit. It does not work on Twitter. It only works in the YouTube chat. So YouTube chat, this is about already at a minute, so we're working on it here. Live on your screen, now happening in just under a minute now, my friends. We pull up the YouTube chat picker of the day. #Crookz Nation, live in prime time, live on your screen. Ooh, hold on a minute. We got some good quotes coming up here, though. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. Ooh, thank you, Devin. Holy smokes. Hold on. High tide is good for all boats. You're damn right about that. Also, ships don't sink based on the water that gets, or the water that's around them. They sink. Hold on. Ships don't sink based on the water that's outside of them. They sink based on the water they allow to get in them. So there's your little last quote for the day. Compare your life to a boat, and you might just go places. Crookz Nation, Sean G, with a Z, not with an S, with a Z. Crookz Nation with a Z. I just saw that. I will give you a second to drop in Crookz Nation with a Z. Joe C popping in late. Crookz Nation with a Z. Okay. If you type in #Crookz Nation in the live chat, you're in the giveaway, JP. There you go. That a boy. You saw the 26 come up, Sean. How about that? I told you, if you change it to Z to an S, you'd be in there. All right. Final call. It's on the screen. Are we ready? Only one entry per. You can spam it if you want, but it's only going to go up once if you comment it once. Oh, shit. JP is in. 27 entries. Oh, going once. Now going twice. Everybody now sold to the tall drink of water in the third we draw for the day. What's going on? We see familiar faces up in the chat, left, right, and center. Who is taking home the Crookz? Courtesy JP. What in the hell? Coming in late.
With a late entry.
Yeah, obviously, there you go. Bingo, bango. Late entry by JP. You guys saw it here. One of the last ones dropped in Crookz Nation, got bananas, and you have won, good sir. JP, I'm not familiar with you. If you are part of any of the communities, my man, maybe I am familiar with you. I don't know. I just sometimes on the old Twitter picker and or on, it's not even Twitter. That's the thing. Being in YouTube and Twitter, sometimes I don't know who the hell it is. So feel free to shoot either Diamond Hand Radio a DM. Shoot me a DM if you don't have RedKev, or reach out to RedKev directly. Hey, I'm the winner of the day. Or let's see. It's because he did it in all caps. That's funny. JP, do you know who JP is, or do you know who that is?
If it's the JP I'm thinking of, there is a JP in Crookz.
So it might be. So
I don't know if it's, again, with YouTube, and it's so hard to tell if it's the same person.
Yeah, we'll see. If not, just reach out to RedKev directly. It is literally at he said it is. Dope. Okay, dope. So Snap I don't have King. To say shit.
That is the Snap King of Crookz Nation. He buys all. Guy. Yeah, exactly. He just said it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
This guy, he comes in out of nowhere and wins an effing Crookz. Absolutely electric. Thank you for supporting the show, JP. Thank you all for always supporting the show. RedKev, thanks for the crook, man. Thanks for giving it away live on the show. Thanks for building up some hype and having an absolute blast on the show here with me today, my man. Again, can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart, man.
No, and again, I appreciate it anytime. If you want to get more of us on here all at once. Again, with my schedule, this kind of worked out perfectly for me. But I'm always happy to come back. We find a way to work it out. I'd love to. Do you ever do these on the weekend? Or weekends?
I got some ideas working in the background. Some degen hour shows, live shows from like 10 p.m. to midnight Central Time, or 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Central Time, shit like that. We got some shit in the works in the background, but we'll see what all happens if I end up running it out. But that's the beautiful thing. It changes day by day, and I can do whatever the hell I want with this platform. So if we got that, you're the first one up on the list, my man. Also talking about maybe like weekly guest spaces. So like on Saturday, after every guest has come on, we have every guest of the week come on with their project, and we just all come up and shoot the shit, and people can kind of come up and ask questions, make it a little more open too. So something in the work. Things are always happening. We're always trying to improve here over at Diamond Hand Radio. But again, before I get into any more rabbit holes,
we go down a lot.
That's a wrap! Paper or plastic! Put a bow on that sumbitch. Episode number 19 of The Door Show is complete. No more. But I must ask you to remember that today is an absolutely fantabulous Friday to be alive. The rest is up to me, thee, and RedKev, and I choose to spread some PLP and dash in a little kindness as well. I hope you do too. That stands for peace, love, and positivity. If you're not familiar, you better get with it. PLP, baby. I also humbly ask that you would do that because why? It costs 0 ETH, 0 fiat, 0 soul, and 0 of them, any of those other shit coins you care to be invested in right now to do so. Everything's garbage anyway. You might as well do the free stuff. I hope you have. RedKev hopes you have a spectacular rest of your Friday, unless you have any other plans. A TERRIFIC. Start your weekend too. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you don't miss us coming back here live on Monday. But for now, if you aren't familiar, you're about to get real quick. At Diamond Hand Radio, we don't only hold, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Appreciate y'all stopping by, everybody. Appreciate you, RedKev, for all your insights, my man. We will catch you on the flip side in the Discords, in the VCs, in the spaces. But for now, peace.
See you, Colt.